Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and today we're going to be taking part in the F&M at Home Historic Artisan event. So this is Historic Artisan, which is only here for 24 hours, but after that, well, actually right now, in fact, the festival Clever Reflections is open, and this is also Historic Artisan. For some reason, they've both come out on the same day. Bit weird, but whatever. For now, I'm going to be doing the Historic Artisan event. As you can see, I've already completed it with today's deck, which is going to be UwU Soul Siblings. This is one of my top archetypes. It's going to be a blue-white flicker deck, and it's got a sub-theme of Soul Sisters as well. So Soul Sisters is based around these wonderful little cards right here: Soul Warden, Impassioned Orator, and Daxos. Most of them do roughly the same thing, although there's some subtle differences between them. Daxos, when a creature enters the battlefield or dies, you gain 1 life. The Orator only gives you a life when a creature you control enters the battlefield. And Soul Warden gives you a life no matter what creature enters the battlefield. So we're going to be comboing these up with your favorite Pridemate, Ajani's Pridemate, a 2/2, which gives you 1 counter whenever you gain life. So this is going to be our big boy, but this is not really going to be the primary way we're going to actually be winning the game. Mostly it's going to be like a tempo style thing, gaining too much life for our opponent really to be able to swing back in a meaningful way. And the likelihood is that we actually end up winning with Angel of Vitality and Elite Guard Mage. So a 3-mana 2/2 says if you would gain a life, you instead gain that much life plus 1 instead. So our Soul Wardens gain us 2 life for every creature entering the battlefield. If our life total is above 25 or more, which is very, very common and happens quite a lot, we get a 2/2. So our Angel of Vitality is a 4/4 for 3 flyer, so we can really close out the game that way. We've also got Elite Guard Mage as well, which is a 4-mana 2/3. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life and draw a card, so we get to draw all of our spells a lot more consistently and work our way through the deck. The reason why I'm playing Flicker, though, is because of Historic Anthology 3, introducing a brand new Flicker spell, or an old school Flicker spell. Momentary Blink. 1 and a white. For an instant speed, you exile a creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. But the upside of this particular one is it's got flashback for 3 and a blue, which means from our graveyard we can pay 4 mana to cast it again, which gives us 12 flicker effects while only actually having 8 in the deck technically. And we've got Flicker of Fate as well, which allows us to flicker creatures or enchantments and then return them to the battlefield under our control. Not really going to be flickering enchantments all that much. We've got none in our deck really, other than Daxos, but he's also a creature, so it doesn't really apply. But this one does allow us to flicker our opponent's creatures, so if we're up against Pridemate decks, we can actually reset their Pridemate, for example, or if it's got some sort of downside, then we can make them repay that downside, something along that lines. Not really sure what the example of that particular case would be, but it's an option anyway. It's probably not going to crop up at all, to be honest. Other than that, though, Reverend Hoplite is our top end. I actually considered having 2 of this card because it's pretty sweet, maybe over a of 1 mind. A 5-mana 1/2. We've played with this last time. I think we played Historic Artisan, or was it just normal Artisan? I can't remember. Enters the battlefield and you create any number of 1/1 white human creature tokens where that number is equal to your devotion to white. So pretty much everything in our deck other than Exclusion Mage and our Flicker spells is a white spell. So we're going to be adding our devotion up, and the more creatures we have entering the battlefield, the more triggers we have on the Orator, the Soul Warden, and the Daxos, so we can gain an insane amount of life, which can make Ajani's Pridemates absolutely huge, massive. As I mentioned, we are a tempo deck, so we're not going to be using Ajani's Pridemate to be closing out the game in 1 shot or anything like that. Not really going to be making him fly. We're just going to be tempoing the game out, because as long as we've got a Pridemate out to block big things, it's going to be slowing our opponent down, and they're not really going to care. Well, they're going to care a lot. We're not really going to care that we're killing them all that fast, because we've just got some 4/4s and 2/3s flying in the air, just pinging them as we go. But yeah, from what I've seen, that is a perfectly acceptable strategy that's not really come back to bite me just yet. But yeah, I might actually consider cutting a 1 of 1 mind. I can never say it right. For a Reverend Hoplite. This is just really nice, though. It's a 1-mana draw 2 when you've got a human and a non-human in play. It should be noted that Daxos is a demigod, not a human, and our Soul Sisters, or Soul Siblings in this case, are humans. Our Ajani's Pridemate is not. Our Angel is not. Our Guard Mage is a human, and our Hoplite is a human. So we actually have a split basically down the middle for the of 1 Mind, which makes it a really nice card draw spell that just so happens to be useful in this deck. But yeah, I think maybe go down one of these for another Hoplite so you see this more often, because this is a sweet card. I originally added it in for the memes, but actually it's really, really insanely good here. Other than that, we were really heavily skewed in the white, because obviously everything in our early game is white. We've got 5 islands, 2 tranquil coves just to split that base up. I really want to make sure that we've got access to blue on 3, while also having access to double white on 2. We do have Ancient Ziggurat to help us with that, but it does come at a little bit of a cost. Ancient Ziggurat adds 1 of any mana of colour, but you can only use it to cast creature spells, so it does not synergize with the Flicker of Fate, Blink, or of 1 Mind. So you got to keep that in mind. If you've got any other basics, play them over this Ziggurat unless you absolutely have to, just so that you have access to like your Flash Blink at some time in the future. I just like this as an untapped land. The mana base in Artisan is really bad. It's basically all tap lands or Evolving Wilds, which is again is a tap land. So I just prefer to have the Ziggurat hanging around here. It does sometimes annoy me, but most of the time it's just pure upside. So yeah, without further ado, we've got some gameplay to attend to, so let's do that. If you haven't yet done so, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for some more Artisan content in the future, because we'll be playing a fair bit of it coming up over the next few days. But other than that, take care guys, enjoy the gameplay. This video is brought to you by the generous support of our wonderful patrons and channel members that you see here. If you'd like to support the channel and get access to cool content like sneak peeks, bonus videos, polls on future content, or access to a personal deck critique from myself every month, then hit the join button down below, or check out the Patreon link in the description. With all that said, let's get into the gameplay. Alrighty then, we're in, and this looks great. Can't complain. We've got some Flicker that we don't really need, but we've got like turn 1 Soul Warden, turn 2 Daxos, turn 2 Angel, so we can gain loads of life and really delay this game out. Alright, looks like our opponent is on some sort of control list, so these Soul Wardens probably realistically only going to be flickering on my own turn. But you know what? Let's go for it. Daxos. Get on in. Then we'll get in for 1 point of damage. Already dead. Heartless Act. Damn. That's triggered off of itself. No, it's another creature. Okay. Thought it just triggered off of everything. It's a shame. Alright, Discovery. So we are up against Blue-Black Control, which if I remember correctly is the best deck in this format. I guess short of maybe like the mono-black shenanigans with... what's it called now? The one that gives you X damage where X is your swamps. That one. You know the one I mean. Don't pretend like you don't. Alright. It's 4 mana, instant speed, and it's really miserable in a mirror match. Disfigure my angel. The rudeness continues. Eventually they'll run out of rudeness and we'll get to play. But until then, just gotta power through it. Night Veil Predator. I feel like I don't care. Alright, Johnny's Pride, mate. Do it. I mean, I guess I care a little bit, because it means that I can't really get in with my Pride Mate at all, no matter what. But, yeah. Pride Mate, to me, is just some more devotion for the Hoplite. So yeah, definitely not getting in for combat there. We can just keep playing stuff out, I guess. More devotion. With Flicker backup. No. Got him. Alright. Value. And we'll pass the turn. We're at 26. You love to see it. I'm hoping this life gain actually matters, but I'm getting the impression that it probably doesn't. Alright, I'm going to go with the Momentary Blink, because if we draw a land, we actually have the Hoplite for 4 1/1s, and I think that's also pretty fantastic. The amount that it's going to pump the Pride Mates is great as well. So everything entering pumps the Primates. We get 4 tokens, 4 triggers. And yep, can't keep up with it. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, and putting the blink in the graveyard as well just gives us that flashback, so I can flicker the hoplite and do it again, gaining like 4. It's probably not likely to happen, and also these ziggurats are kind of stopping us from doing that, since these can only be used on creatures. But you know, still, I think it's a worthy inclusion for a land, since the vast majority of our cards are actually creatures. But typically, like, you want like 95% creature count for a ziggurat. But I hate tap lands, so you know what? We're just gonna power through it. Next game. Alrighty then, we're in. No Soul Warden on turn 1, but you know what? We've been lucky enough to get it this many times already. I think I'm gonna keep this hand, although it does look relatively mediocre. We got a blink spell, but nothing really to blink until much later. We've got to play that Guard Mage and have it survive. But I think that's fine. Rugged Highlands for our opponent. Okay, we're just going to go with Plains. We'll favour the basics over the Ziggurat whenever we can, because of the momentary blinks and things like that, but most of the time it's just not going to actually crop up as an issue. So let's just play the Impassioned Orator. Ooh, we're cycling. Okay. I'm guessing they just want this as a 6-mana 5/5 at some point. I get that. Right, so we've got lots of flicker spells. It's not necessarily ideal unless our Guard Mage does survive a turn, which would be great. I'd be all for it. I'm going to take 4, because honestly I gain too much life in this deck to care. And then that makes a food token. Okay. So they got some big boys, admittedly. I could actually bounce a big boy. Or do I want to go Guard Mage and start drawing cards? Like, the Witchstalker getting bounced does kind of set them back for the entire turn. It might honestly be worth doing that. You know what? Let's do it. Let's make sure to spend the Ziggurat mana, because it kind of just gives away that we have nothing to do. Whereas if we have a 1-white open, chat, all of you know that I could have Path to Exile right now. I'm going to take that. And then the Witchstalker gets played again. Okay. We got ourselves a Primate, which is great. It's going to be able to block the Loathsome Chimera and whatnot quite easily once we get it pumped up a little bit bigger than it currently is. For now, we're probably just going to Flicker of Fate the Exclusion Mage and bounce the Witchstalker again. Go on, kill the Exclusion Mage. How about no? No confirmed, a pretty decent option. Okay. So we got a 6/6 trample. It's a thing, I guess. I even wonder how much I actually care about it, to be honest. Straight off the Chimera. You can escape back. But I'm not going to mind. I just don't want to take too much damage, because our life gain's not actually working out like I'd hoped. We get to go Elite Guard Mage, though, gain 3, which is actually 4. Which undoes a Witchstalker attack, and then we get in for 6. And draw a lovely card, which is going to be an island. Hopefully, everything lives, and we get to keep flickering our Guard Mage. I think we just win if we get to do that. Opponent's going to crack some clues, sure. How much do you need to escape? 3 other cards, so they need 1 more card in there. We've got a Silverback Shaman, alright. So we are in a situation, unfortunately, where our opponent's got lots and lots of big boys. We're going to have a 6/6 Primate, though. We're just going to have to not do any damage this turn, unfortunately. So I think I'm just going to flicker the Guard Mage now. So I can get in with the... do I want to hold back the Primate? I'm not even entirely sure at this point. I'm so undecided. It's a Ziggurat. Okay. Let's play the Plains. Yeah, I just don't know, to be honest. We can make it a 9/9 if it comes to it. So if opponent does have like another Savage Punch, I think we should be okay. Another Fierce Witch Stalker. Okay. And passes, as we'd hoped. Let's just go with the Momentary Blink. Let's get this Guard Mage going. So yeah, last turn we should have swung first. If we'd have gone with the plan I ended up going with. I was kind of torn, to be honest, between many different avenues. Always, please, use the creature land. I'd appreciate that. Alright, so now we're gaining 2 life off every trigger. Or an additional 1 off of every trigger. Keep that 10/10 back so that it always has a good blocker. We're almost at our starting life total. We've got a flashback blink and we've got 2 normal blinks. So we've got the super protection there. So our opponent decided it's had enough. We are currently very, very undefeated. And they've been very quick games. I like this deck. It's good. Okay, we're in, and I like this hand. We've got the turn 1 tap land and nothing to do on turn 1, so it makes it absolutely 0 downside. And then, I don't know, do we drop? I'll probably drop Orator after that, and then into Primate, into Guard Mage. See where we go from there. We are in the draw after all, so could be a bad matchup for us if they're playing like a heavy control deck, I guess. But, yeah, we'll see. We shall see. There are so many decks that just lose to a Primate. It's unreal. Alright, keep. Opponent, Plains, Beloved Princess. Alright, so they're probably also playing Soul Sisters, but I'm playing Blink Siblings. So, it's going to be a battle of the ages. Can be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. Okay. So the Impassioned Orator can block the Beloved Princess. In this particular case, it looks like it's going to be a battle of who can gain the biggest Primate quickest. Because if I can never get to the point where I can block the Primate, then we've got an issue. You leave my Orator alone. Don't you do it. Hunted Witness. Okay. I doubt they actually tried to trade off the Beloved Princess here just for a trigger on the Primate, but you never know, I suppose. Adana Vanguard is pressure. That is very annoying. So yeah, we're just going to get the Primate going. I think the quicker we get that done, the better. And we're currently the only one with a Soul Warden kind of effect here as well, so opponent's realistically not going to get a Primate trigger, I would say. Oh, they do get the idyllic range, though. Yeah, that's a good hit for them. Can't be blocked with power 3 or greater, so our Primate can't block the Beloved Princess. Oh, God. Oh, that's a flying Primate. Yeah, that's pretty good. Not gonna lie. Should be proud of that particular piece of tech right there. Alright, well, feels like an easy block here. They just want the lifelink token, I think, and I don't want to lose more life. Ancient Ziggurat. So I guess we're gonna go with the Elite Guard Mage here. Yeah. It's double life gain triggers, so it allows us to block the Adanta Vanguard quite nicely. And we get to draw a card to hopefully find our way out of this. We need, like, Exclusion Mage to reset the Primate Vulpikeet. And yeah, I'm not attacking. This is going to be a long game. Strap on in, chat. We can block the Beloved Princess. Ugh. Vulpikeet on Adanto Vanguard. Oh, actually. You remember when I said this likely wouldn't come up? It's actually going to come up in this matchup right now. I can flicker their Pride Mate and reset it. That's a thing I can do. So we're going to go Island, Angel. Gain 2. And pump the Pride Mate. And yeah, I think we get in with our Pride Mate now. I don't think they'll block, but they might want a trigger by blocking with a Soldier Token, perhaps. Nope. I'm actually, even just for now, opt for the block and flicker on the Elite Guard Mage, to be completely honest. Beloved Princess is the one you want the counter on. It basically won't ever not trade with something now. So yeah, I think I actually want to just go like this and then flicker the Guard Mage, to be honest. Stops 5 damage, gains me 3, which is actually 4 for the Angel of Vitality. It's actually 6 because of Orator's trigger as well. Something like that. Daxos, good, 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 good. Love to see it. Soul Warden, love to see it. Alright, so we're gonna go Soul Warden. I think this is what we call in the business stabilizing. Gain 2. Play Daxos. Gain 2. Actually, gain 4. Yep, and then we'll get in with our Angel, Guard Mage, and Pride Mate. I think we're just resetting the 4 countered Vulpikeet, to be honest. I think that sets them extremely far behind. It makes 2 creatures enter as well, which gains us 4 life. Should maybe done it on their upkeep, but actually doesn't matter. So we're just going to flicker that. Vulpikeet comes back. Pride Mate comes back. Gain 4. I should have done it on the Leon and Vanguard trigger, shouldn't I? I got ahead of myself. That's fine. We're going to win. Game 4. Out 2. Yeah. And now, as I mentioned, it's a case of who can grow the biggest Pride Mate. So now they're trading off and we're not. I've got a 2/7, so sweet. That situation I mentioned where we'd probably be trading off until the end of time with that princess. Not the case. Absolutely not the case. Let's gain 1,000,000 life. Oh my god. Oh, these triggers. It's living the dream. Exclusion Mage. Solid pickup. Right, well, we're going to go with the Pride Mate attack. We're at 28. How on earth did we go from 6 to 28? Honestly, I might have just blinked and then found myself here. I don't know what happened. All right, get in with the Pride Mate. Let's get some chump blocks going. Pay 4 life for indestructible. Totally fine by me. All right, so do we just bounce the Vulpikeet? No, we don't do that because then they could put the Pride Mate back together again. I honestly don't think I care about the board state enough to bounce anything right now. I'll just wait until it looks scary. Soul Warden is definitely annoying, but we trigger off theirs. And then they get a Vanguard trigger, sure. Another Guard Mage, solid. Let's make sure to go the Guard Mage mana. For reasons. It's a dead giveaway of what we've got if it taps incorrectly like that. Alright, so this is where we stop paying attention to what's actually happening and just run with it. An Ancient Ziggurat, sure, let's play that. Again, don't really care about what our opponent's playing because we've got a 23-23. Yeah. So we'll make them pay 4 life to block. It's fine. I'm sure we'll get to a situation where they won't be able to do that anymore. Leon and Vanguards. Trigger, 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 trigger. Trigger, 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 trigger. We got 7-7. It's now a 9-9. Yeah, now I think I'll block the bounce the exclusion mate, or the pride mate. Ooh! 2 pride mates. That's what you want to see. Gain 6 life. Trigger, 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 trigger. Oh, God. Yep. Yeah, I think I'll bounce their pride mate now. Set it behind this pride mate. Also, extra pride mate triggers so we can get up to like 30 odd for power and toughness on our pride mate. Got the better sisters, it seems. Bye-bye. Alright, 30 odd power coming in. Makes me wonder if I actually want to attack in with the Angel of Vitality, since they're actually going to be... Yeah, let's just start pressuring. Let's get in. It's like they're always blocking the 30-30 with the Adanto Vanguard full Pakeet, which means they can't really block nicely, or double block anyway with the Vulpakeets unless they're double blocking weirdly. And I'm happy to trade off a Guard Mage for some extra damage here. That's totally fine. Yeah, so creature dies, we get a trigger. We've just got such a better Soul Sisters board state that it really doesn't matter at this point. Another Soul Warden. That actually might make a bit of a difference, realistically. And then they go Johnny's Pride Mate, yeah. That I can see them eventually catching up to our Pride Mates with. Vulpikeet is a card, alright. I think we got too many humans in our deck to make use of Vulpikeet, though, to be honest. Momentary Blink. Creature we control. Okay, so we're gonna go swing, 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 swing. Yeah. And then we'll blink out a Guard Mage that I'm sure gets blocked by the Vulpikeet's Adanto Vanguard. Yep. So we'll blink that out. So it lives, it gives us extra triggers. And we get to draw some cards as well, so we can progress this board state a little bit more. Resolve all, please. This would be a nightmare in paper. Good lord. Yep. 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 Oh, another angel. Oh no. Oh no, the life gain is real. Oh, we're still in combat. First strike damage somewhere. You're at 3. Yeah, there's no more Vanguard triggers happening now. Alright, so we gain extra 2 life for every trigger, so now we're gaining 4 on each of these. Opponent's not quite gaining enough. Yep. So I wonder whether or not our opponent will concede before or after we hit 100 life, because I'm pretty sure that we are guaranteed that 100 life. It's happening at this rate. Yeah, it's before. Okay. So yeah, we absolutely ruffle stomped the Pure Soul Sisters. I think we've just got the card advantage and interaction that their deck just does not have. They're really just hoping to make a big Pride Mate and fly over, but we're built to tempo a little bit more, so we can bounce their stuff, reset it, and build our own board while we're doing that. So, yeah, I think we've got the superior version. But yeah, next game. Alrighty then, we're in, and we've got all of our most awkward mana. I don't know about this one. I really do not know about this one. It's going to need some top decks. I'm just going to take the mole and hopefully be happy with it. I'm not against this hand, to be honest. We'll dump the Angel of Vitality and then say hello to our opponent. They are playing a mono green list. Okay. And they managed to actually get a land in. Alright, so we're going to lead off with our planes. Wait on our Ziggurat until much later. Because if we don't have to play it, that means we can play like one mine, sorry, on turn 3 realistically if we draw more lands. So our opponent's also playing a mutate list, apparently, so that's interesting. Or is it? Let's find out. Is it interesting? So far it isn't, because they're not doing anything. Also, this isn't Baby Godzilla, so it's automatically not as interesting. Yeah, you know better. Parcel Beast, draw and discard. Sure. And they've got the Essence Symbiote. Alrighty then. Are we going to continue mutating? I don't believe that there's a 2-mana mutate in green. Alright, so we've got a Ajani's Primate Tranquil Cove, I guess is what we're going with. So we gain that life. Sets up the of 1 mind if we really want to go that way as well. Or we can wait until we Exclusion Mage, which puts the human in play. So we can go Ziggurat, Mage, 1 mana of mind. Something like that. I think will be pretty cool. Alright, Parcel Beast. Show me what you got. It's a forest. Alrighty then. The Great Staff. You have 2 cards. What is your decision? Lead off with the Parcel Beast. Alright. Alright. And there's a symbiote. Marr. It's basically the Wild Growth Walker of Ikoria. Whenever a creature mutates instead of explores, put a counter on it and gain 2 life instead of 3. You don't actually have to put it on the symbiote. You put it on anything, technically. But I guess they want to spread it out since this Parcel Beast is basically is just set up to be a card draw engine now. So makes a big boy. Let's just go with Plains, Exclusion Mage. Who are we bouncing? Might just be the Great Horn, because it's the big creature and there's not much going on there. Then we'll do an of 1 mind, draw 2. And those cards are terrible. Okay, get in for 6. Need to get at least some pressure on. You don't really care about the attack back. Paradise Druids. Symbiote and mutate. Where are we mutating? Onto the Druid? Yep, now it's a hexproofing 3/4. And they're officially on top decks. Well, partially on top decks, I guess. Matter of perspective, I suppose. Alright. And passes. Good card. Yeah, that's alright. It's not a bad card. I can bounce the Great Horn. No, I can't. Hexproof. Shh, 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 shh. Stop being stupid. Bounce the Parcel Beast, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Momentary Blink. Bounce Exclusion Mage. This is only making my primates 4/4s though, isn't it? But I guess I'll just do this anyway. Screw it. Let's get it over with. Yeah. Being a 4/5 is kind of irritating as it turns out. Alright, Simic Guildgate. Gonna mutate onto the Great Horn. Sure. Going under. If they ever attack with it, I can just blink it out of existence, so that's kind of nice. Guard Mage is also very nice. So we are going to play that with a blink open. It's just without more than one Soul Sister effect, it's really hard to power through this Great Horn. I think they know that. But I guess we've got now the double trigger here. So it makes me wonder, is it worth it to double attack with the primates? I think it is. I think we don't care about getting hit for 5. I think a block is not going to actually work out very well for them here. So yeah, we're most likely to go and get chump blocks, which, if their board is smaller, all the better for me. So we hit him for 6. And we've got the block and flicker on like a guard mage or an exclusion mage, whatever we want here. Jungleborn Pioneer to make a hexproofer. Pretty good for mutating onto. It's permanent hexproof, whereas Paradise Druid is only hexproof when it's... Ooh, do we go the bounce here? Maybe later. Maybe later. To be honest, I feel I'm almost happy where that card is right now. Because if it gets to move over to this 1/1 permanent hexproof, then I basically have to deal with it as it is. Whereas at the moment, I can deal with it as long as it's like tapped, which is ideal. Pouncing Shore Shark. I'm gonna bounce my Primate. Now that is irritating. Yep. So hexproofing 4/3. Whenever you mutate onto it, you get to bounce a thing. Sure. I think I'm holding this blink. Actually, am I? No. Yes? No? Maybe? Replay Primate. I've got the 4 mana for the 4 mana blink here, which is kind of why I'm thinking that I blink the Guard Mage. But realistically, I don't think any new card that I'm going to draw is really going to change the outcome of that particular turn. Alright, so we are going to go Orator, trigger Primate, Primate, trigger Primate. And again, we're going to push in that damage with our Primate. If we need to pump it, we've got the momentary blink that our opponent doesn't know about. Anyone have reach? Anyone? No? Okay. And we get a chump block out of them. Yep. As long as we can maintain that kind of give and take, I think we're pretty happy with the outcome here. Let's play that and pass. Thing is, I've got to constantly reset my primates because there's Pouncing Shore Shark now, which will be getting progressively bigger, and there's nothing I can do about it. Another symbiote, so you get to draw a card, discard a card, draw a card, discard a card whenever they mutate. Could it be another mutate deck that decks themselves? 33 to my 44. They've gone further than we've ever gone. Alright. We will pass the turn. Guard Mage, a solid pickup there. So we'll pick that up, that's 3 triggers. Oh yes. And a Flicker of Fate, that is very good. Alright. So we're gonna get in, Keep them on chumps. Love to see it. Getting rid of some card advantage there. And we're just going to pass the turn. Again, we've got all the blinks in the world. So does our opponent, if they just ever draw some mutate stuff. Gonna go Great Horns, Parcel Beast effect. That was not a land. Ooh. Alright, gonna bounce with the Shore Shark. Which is just 2 triggers on the other Pridemate, which is kind of funny. And we've got 4 points of flying power in the air as well, which we're closing in on. Alright, so gonna bounce that Pridemate, sure. They rebuild pretty quickly because of the 2 orators, so it's really no big deal. And a symbiote. Sequencing error? I believe so. Alright, you can get him for 6. I will not block. I guess they might as well. I don't know. Is there a world where I actually block for trades there? I guess there is. They really are out of the game once that happens. Alright, boop and boop. Play a Pridemate. Trigger the boys. Is this opponent controls as well, by the way? I think it is. Yes! Alright. Yeah, they seem to have gotten rid of a lot of bounce your thing. Bounce your own thing. It just never seems to happen anymore. Alright, so we're going to get in for the 9, get in for the 4. See how they block. We might want to flicker with a momentary blink just to pump up the Pridemate. But track record says they're just going to throw random crap in its way. Which is fine by me. Take him to 10. Pass the turn. Parcel Beast. We're at 30 to my 41. So I've seen so many more cards than me, but they've just thrown them all in the trash. Yeah, their version of Mutate seems to be struggling a wee bit to keep up with my superior value. Alright. Can you mutate enough for it to matter? Another Pioneer. That is not a mutate creature. A Symbiote. That is a good pickup. That's 4 life off of every mutate. I might take this opportunity actually just to flicker a Guard Mage so we've got more to do. Yeah. Yeah, let's just do it. This makes our Pridemates bigger as well, which doesn't really make too much of a difference, but let's do it anyway. So get rid of one of those blinks just to be mana efficient, I guess. Exclusion Mage, okay. Actually has a good target by Essence Symbiote. Boop and boop. Make sure those ziggurats are always spent first. Triggers, 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 triggers. Yep, yep, yep. And then we'll play Exclusion Mage. Still got the blink open. And I'll bounce an Essence Symbiote here. Yep, yep, yep. I mean, they're only going to get blocked by some 1/1s, but we've got this, 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 and this to go. So it's a pretty good attack. And get the 2/2 and the 1/1 out. Yep. Take 4. Yes. So they're at 6. I don't think there's a way that I can increase the clock except for an all attack next turn. I'm sure they've got, at this point, they have to have some sort of mutate trigger, but there's less blockers whenever they Parcel Beast to go find the mutate. Find a Simic Guildgate. Yeah, they're just dropping their guard, so now I can just all attack and be pretty happy about it. I'm pretty certain nothing can go wrong here. Starix. I actually just put some blockers on the board in theory. But I can flicker Exclusion Mage to bounce some of theirs out of the way. So we're on 3 permanents now. Alright, so they're going to bounce my Primate, which is fine. Honestly, I just need little pings at this point. Was that 2 Starricks in the land? It was, jeez. Jesus. Symbiote. Could have gained a little bit more life by playing that first. And then the Great On, which is 4 permanents, I think. Draw, discard. Draw, discard. Yep, 4 permanents. Alright, well, we're going the old-fashioned way then. Just gonna hit our opponent in the face with Elite Guard Mages until this game's over. There's a Shore Shark in there and some Parcel Beasts. But they don't actually mutate onto anything, so we don't have to care. They're gonna get in for 2. Well, I'm just gonna block and flicker. 'Cause I can. Gain 3, bounce. I mean, it really doesn't matter. As long as I don't bounce anything that actually does anything. This Parcel Beast. It's just whatever. Just get it over with. Reverent Hoplite. Absolutely insane draw. If that doesn't go wide, I don't know what will. Should we just play it as it is, or shall I play the Primate first? No, let's go Hoplite. Let's do it. First chance I've had to play this card, I'm just gonna get it out there. Oh yes, that's the stuff, baby. So they got 11 cards to beat me here. Bam, bam, bam. Get in for 4. I'm at 76. I've got 7 easy blockers. And then I've got double flicker as well. A 29-29. I just played that this turn, didn't I? Oh my god. So yeah, every time I play a Primate, it's probably going to turn into a 29-29 by default. So our opponent can do 5 permanents, a little bit of life, a little bit of bounce. Bounce my Hoplite, I dare you. I dare you. Oh, they're doing it. They're doing it, chat. Absolute mad lad. Was that a Arboreal Grazer? It was. Oh my. They can live on a little bit with their 2 cards left in their deck. And then Parcel Beast leaves them with nothing. And they explode. I wonder if there's a way they could have sequenced that to which they could have actually killed themselves with their own symbiote. I think they could. So they could have Parcel Beast the top card and then gone for the mutate, I guess. Where it currently stands is that I've got to untap and let them play, which... You know I've got to Hoplite first, right? You know I have to. Ooh, let's do Daxos. It's a good game. Daxos first, then Hoplite. The dream. I think they know I have to do this. They wouldn't have bounced my Hoplite if they didn't want me to do this, let's be fair. Go, go, Gadget Hoplite. Alright. Auto pass the turn. Let's watch the magic happen. Oh yes. 32 triggers. We're gonna hit 100 here, aren't we? I used to think we are. Oh, if only I had another land, I'd have Hoplited maybe again. I don't know. I don't want to actually like BM my opponent. I'm just assuming that they bounced it because they wanted me to do this all over again. But yeah, we're just going to win by decking them. God damn it, Primate. I'm so glad they errated this card as well, so they didn't say you may gain life. Because then I'd be clicking the yes button constantly and it would be so irritating. And last trigger, we pass the turn. Opponent tries to draw a card. And the game is over. Yeah, Mutate seems to deck itself quite a lot. Huh. Funny that. Alright guys, well that is going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed this wonderful bit of nonsense. Don't think I actually lost today, did I? No, I think I actually went completely undefeated with this deck. One of the matchups, admittedly, was a matchup that I should have lost, but they kind of didn't look at the size of their deck and milled themselves for it, but you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. So yeah, if you did enjoy the content, then make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more Artisan content in the future. It's going to be coming up for the next few days, so I think I'm going to try and make a few videos on this format, because I do really enjoy the historic Artisan specifically, so I think it's a lot of fun. So if you do enjoy that content, you want to see more, hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet done so already. Hit the bell as well, and then you'll get notifications when those videos go live. But other than that, it's been a pleasure making this video for you guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.